the best digital out-of-home examples, they have to have their own budget, they have to be created in a bespoke way.
I think it's an incredibly exciting medium because it doesn't have ad blockers yet. I think you can't avoid the message when you're walking around. Even as a supporting medium, it can be a really, really valuable tool for marketers and advertisers to use to get their message across.
It's a safety net for brands to ensure that they're going to be seen. I think a great example of how a sort of a range of screens that all sort of linked and can be interactive across the country, and sort of the scale of that was the Save the Elephants campaign, and I think that that's an amazing example of how that kind of connectivity and interaction between different screens can create a very interesting creative solution. And interestingly, that idea was actually one of last year's winners of the Campaign and Ocean digital out-of-home competition.
Content is becoming more and more important in the advertising landscape because it's entertainment, and again, people can switch off when they want to switch off, and the more a brand can entertain without forcing them their message onto people, the better.
I think with digital out-of-home you're able to add a bit of visual tone with moving images. I think you can start to see the possibilities of moving beyond a kind of a mass message and start making more tailored messages.
I think mobiles as a second screen to outdoor and as an interaction with digital outdoor is a really, really clever way to extend the message and give to charity, for instance, or interact in those ways.
I think one of the barriers to a great creative piece of digital outdoor is there's so many levers to pull, creating two extremes. The one extreme is people just aren't aware of how much you can do, and so the ideas tend to stay generic and run-of-the-mill. But the other extreme, people are trying to do too much, and it's just knowing that your responsibility is always to come up with a simple idea that's easily understood and doesn't become a complicated mess.